Shalom and aloha, peace be unto you, for the kingdom of heaven has come near unto thee. I am Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. Sorry about that. Whenever I open that door, the dogs bark. Anyway, I'm outside here and I'm looking towards the direction of Jerusalem, wondering, is today the day of the rapture? So I'm standing here on the deck overlooking the valley where I live. I don't know if you can see it. It's so bright out here, I can't see my screen. So I'm hoping the image is good. Didn't get much sleep last night as I started watching for the Lord. If you saw my previous videos, I am a little disappointed that it didn't happen yet, but not completely, because I believe he's coming, that we are the generation, and his appearing uh, is promised to us. So I was telling my parents and some friends just earlier that there's a high possibility that one of these next 7 days might be the rapture, the catching away, the event written of in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. It's called the catching away, but we use the slang word rapture. So just to point out a few things about this time of Passover, the Lord talked about a parable of 2 men in the field. One shall be taken, one shall be left. 2 women grinding at the mill, one shall be taken, one shall be left. What if that refers to the barley harvest, which is at this time of year? They throw the barley in the air to separate the chaff, and it's easily separated by throwing it up in the air. And the wheat harvest, which comes later, has to be ground with the tribulation. It's a parable about those who get left behind are going to go through the great tribulation because they didn't come to the Lord prior to the rapture. So you have the parable of the men in the field working, probably harvesting the barley, and the women grinding that barley. And so that would be now, this time of year. So I had the dream that we got the dream from the Lord that I got was a few months ago, and it was I was standing in a spot like a station, and I looked that way, and there was 3 other stations, and then I looked that way, and then 3 others, and then in front another set of 7, in front of those another set of 7, and behind a set of 7, and behind those, like I kind of looked that way, and I thought, oh, those are the fall holy days, so those must be the spring holy days, and where I'm standing must be like Shavuot, Pentecost. And the 2 covers were removed, and like cake and ice cream like fell over upon itself, and I was like, oh, this is a feast. And so I assumed it was Pentecost. And then a few weeks later, the other dream was that my rabbi was at Keystone College saying, make a sign and go up by the highway and warn people that Passover is quickly coming. It's drawing near quickly. So I then reconsidered if it wasn't Pentecost, but maybe Passover. But the Passover, when he appears, he's going to not touch the ground. He's going to call us up. And so, it could still be Pentecost, I suppose. Dogs are going to bark. I'm coming back in, so hold on. No bark. A little chilly out there today. So I was just like thinking that we have, they say, the spring holy days fulfilled with the Lord's first coming, and Pentecost, Shavuot, was when the giving of the Holy Spirit was, and that was gathering his body of believers together. They call it the church. And so for the past 2,000 years, it seems to me that he's been gathering the believers. And so it's possible that Pentecost hasn't been completely fulfilled, but may be fulfilled with his appearing for his bride at his appearing, when the dead shall rise first and we who are alive shall be caught up together to meet the Lord in the clouds in the air. So, and I'm paraphrasing, but those of you who study scriptures know what I'm talking about, that First Thessalonians event. So I think it's this year. Basically, Israel is 77 years old. Jacob was 77 when he took his bride, and I think it has to be before Israel turns 81. So within less than 4 years, I think the Lord is going to appear. Why not this year? 2026, 20, the numerical value in the Hebrew for almonds and for watching is 20. You have in Genesis, a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first river is Pishon, which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of the land is good. And there is the bdellium and the onyx stone. Well, bdellium is the Messiah, and the onyx stone, everybody thinks black stone, but it means blanch almonds in scalding hot water. So it's the believers. So 20 is watching, and almonds, the believers are watching, and 26 is the name, the numerical value of Yud He Vav He. Some will say Jehovah or Yahweh, but the name of God the Father, the unpronounceable name that we say, the Lord, referring to that Yud He Vav He. And so watching the almonds, the believers are watching for the Lord coming. So 2026, for the elect's sake, the time be made short. How much time is the time made short? Well, we're just a little bit past the halfway point in this Jubilee cycle. 1948 was the Jubilee year. I think it was the 118th Jubilee. The Jubilee pertains to the land returning to the original owners. And 50 years later is 1998. And then that's the 119th Jubilee, and the 120th Jubilee would be 2048. And we're in that last Jubilee cycle. And if you count from 1999 until today, we're a little bit past 25 years into that cycle. So, things are pointing to this being the time. Anyway, just want you all to know that today we're only a few minutes from sunset in Israel. Let me look at the clock, open this other window and see how many minutes until sunset to go. 35 minutes until sunset in Israel, and it's a twinkling of an eye time. So 25 minutes would be around our noon time. So let me look again. The time in Israel is 6:22, and it's 11:22. So it's same as last night. So it's coming. If it's not today, then it's possibly one of the next few days. We have Passover, and then we have the 7 days of unleavened bread and the starting of the counting of the Omar, 50 days of counting the Omar, and then Sunday would be the Feast of First Fruits. So, and then a month, this is first Passover. For those, the Lord gave a parable about the man on a long journey. And if somebody couldn't keep the Passover, the first Passover, he gave the opportunity for second Passover. So it might be that second Passover is the parable of someone on a long journey. The Lord's gone on a long journey, return. So watching second Passover in a month, but starting the count of the Omar count today, we got Pentecost in 50 days. So, which appointed time could be the coming of the Lord? You can give reasons for any of the day of these appointed feast days of the Lord. And so just want you to all be aware. I'm still watching. I'm a little tired because I spent most of the night up watching and praying, and just going to be another long day. And so it's sunset in Israel, and then my where I'm at, Eastern Standard Time here in Michigan, that's midnight tonight will be sunrise in Israel. So it's going to be another high watch time. So, and then if we're still here, any of these next 7 days, 8 days, if you want to do an extra day for watching. So, beloved, peace be unto you, for the kingdom of heaven has come near unto thee. I am Eliyahu Hanavi, and I'm watching for the Lord. I hope you're watching for the Lord, keeping the faith, not being casual, dealing with the Lord. He says if you deal with him casually, he'll deal with you casually. So it's it's very serious time we're living. And who is that faithful servant that will be watching for him when he appears, right? So doing the things he said to do, I'm like that direction for me is towards Jerusalem. So be ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man cometh. So with that, I'm just going to sign off. I just wanted to get on and let y'all know I'm still watching today. And I wanted to share another thing. 30 years ago, when I got my formal calling from the Lord, I had a dream from the Lord about my parents, and they were standing behind the chicken coop on the side of the barn, near to where a rope swing tree existed before it fell on the chicken coop. But they were standing there in the flesh, and then it was daytime. So I kind of think the rapture will occur at sunset in Israel on a particular day, and because they were changed from flesh to being like golden white light, and they vanished. And then the house and the barn were blown off their foundation, and as they were tumbling in the air, they exploded into fire. And so I think the Lord, removed them before, I think, some attack happened on the United States. My parents live in Pennsylvania, in a little town called Factoryville, which is northwest of Scranton. And Scranton is a big producer of the shells for bombs. Like there's a big military industrial place there that makes, I think it's bomb casings. So if somebody were to attack the United States, that would be a primary target. And so what I saw in the dream was something falling out of the sky. It wasn't a plane, but it kind of looked like a bomb, and it exploded in the air. So, were my parents vaporized by the bomb, or were they? It didn't show fire or explosion. Hey, guys, Tigger. So they were changed into glory, and then the house and the barn were blown off their foundation, and tumbling in the air, they were burnt up. They caught on fire and just exploded. So I think they were raptured. And the blessed generation that begins to see all the signs happening at the same time would be generation that would not pass away before his return. So my dad is 85 and my mom is 83, and they saw 1948 when Israel became a nation again. They saw 1967 when Jerusalem became the capital of Israel, and they're seeing all this stuff happening right now. So that generation shall not all pass away, and so other things in my life make me believe that we are that blessed generation, and you should be aware that you're part of the generation that's right now seeing all of the things coming to pass at the same time, beginning to come to pass. Wars and rumors of wars, diseases, pestilence, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, etc., etc. So it's exciting times. Anyway, beloved, be ready. I am Elijah the prophet signing off. I hope you have a blessed day, and I see you here, there, or in the air, Lord willing.